For some of you guys, you be talking way too soon. You be talking way too soon. And not listen. And this isn't me implying that people are haters. Some people are, right? But we're not getting into that. But sometimes you're talking too soon about what you're going to do. You're putting it on your status. You're sharing it out to the world. And you don't even know if you're really ready. Or you think that you're ready, right? And then when people plant seeds of doubt because it's not their vision, you crumble. You stop. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shan. If you're new here, what's good? If you're regular here, what it do? Listen, right? I want to speak to you guys about your mouth. I want to speak to you about your mouth because you've been talking way too much. You're talking way too much, and I just need you to shush, okay? Because some of you guys be talking too much about your plans and what you're going to do and what your goals are, right? And when you don't get the validation, when you don't get the approval, it stops you. Now you like not doing nothing at all. I truly believe that some things, until they've materialized, until they've manifested, you need to stay quiet for your own benefit, for your own sanity. Because listen, right, remember, this is your goal, this is your vision, and not everybody's going to see it through your lens. They probably won't. A lot of the time, because it's yours, okay? Like, this is you. This is your thing. This is yours, all right? And I need you to start walking in silence until things have manifested. And that will boost your own confidence as well, because a lot of the time, we're walking by faith, right? Like, when you've got a vision, when you've got a dream, when you've got goals, right? You're already walking by faith within itself, okay? Because you can't see it yet. You can see it up here, right? But you can't see it in the physical. So the last thing you want is to be talking too much and people not seeing what you see. And sometimes, although people have good intentions, they may give their input, they may give their advice, right? But that might derail you from the very path that you're on. That might derail you from achieving what you need to achieve. And I'm saying, right, you just gotta be quiet. Let it speak for itself. Let it speak for itself. Let it speak for itself. Like, once you've done it, once you've achieved it, once you've hit a milestone, then let it speak for itself, because it's going to speak for itself, right? I truly believe that talking too much is one of the reasons why people don't achieve their goals. And I think you got to shush. And this isn't because everyone's a hater. It's just because you might be easily influenced. And you're telling the world your idea. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to show up. This is where I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to focus on this year. Me, this, that, and the other. And not everyone's got an opinion. And you can't even think straight. You can't even think about what you would do in this situation. You can't even think about how you should show up in this situation, because now you've got all these voices, you've got everybody's input, and sometimes you really got to silence the noise on this one. You got to silence the noise and put a pause on the outside opinion. I can't say it. You got to put a pause on the outside opinions. You hear that, right? Maybe I had to repeat it that many times for you guys to get it. You got to get it in your head, y'all. You got to get it in your head. And you know what? It can be a lonely journey, chasing your goals, chasing your dreams, putting in the work, and not having a support network around you that's going to cheer for you, or that's going to support you, or that's going to root for you, because they don't understand it. And then what you might find, that it's tempting to start speaking about what you're doing, how you're going to do it. But this is the walk of faith, okay? And you want to let everything that you're going to do speak for itself. And some of you guys do all the talking, right? Do all the yapping, do all the everything, but then you don't apply yourself. And people probably don't even believe in you now anyway. People might not even believe in you now anyway, because how many times have you been talking? How many times have you spoke about what you're gonna do? Okay, so I'm saying this time, just shush, be quiet, move in silence. And it's not about being secretive, right? Or maybe it is. Are you being secretive? I don't know. Are you being secretive? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But some things you gotta keep to yourself. Let it speak for itself. Because listen, if you are going to put the work in, if you are going to be disciplined, and if you are really going to lock it in, right, it can only pay off, and then the results will speak for itself. You don't have to do much talking then. Right? Start speaking about what you're going to do and just do it. Just do it for once, and stop being a yapper and thinking that you have to let the whole world know that this is your plan now. This is your plan, take 15. Right, now you're gonna shush. You're gonna shush and let it speak for itself, and you'd feel so good about yourself for locking in. And one thing I want you to understand is that the more that you talk about what you're going to do, the more you talk about your goals, the more you talk about your vision, the more you talk about your mission, right? The more that you then have to answer to people, because then they're going to want to update. How's that going? How is it going? Did you call that person? Did you go to that event? Did you do this? Did you do that? Now you're feeling pressure, right? And then you might start doing things because of pressure, not because it's the right thing to do. And you don't want to feel like you have to keep updating people and something that you're still trying to kind of figure out yourself. Okay, like a lot of people don't reach their goals due to outside noise. Like, how many times have you told someone something and they've talked you out of it, or they've planted seeds of doubt? And I haven't experienced that in terms of my friendships with my family, but associates, yeah. Like associates, yeah. And I'm like, nah, nah, like, nah, we ain't doing that today. Some of you guys, is that man doing away? Don't do away in the brush while I'm here, please. Okay, maybe I should just stop looking. Some of you guys can't help yourself. The moment you're going to work on something, you spend all your time talking rather than talking about what it is that you're going to do. Now you're defending yourself, because sometimes people come with criticism and you ain't got time for that, because then it's planting seeds of doubt. And now you're like, oh, is this even a good idea? Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I shouldn't invest my time into this. Maybe I should do something else. And now you've been derailed from the very thing, what it is that you had set out to do in the first place. And I do believe that some things we shouldn't do on our own, okay? But sometimes you need to just let things unfold. You need to let things manifest. You need to let things materialize into what you've set out for it to be. And sometimes, because you know how much energy and time and effort has gone into the very thing that you're working on, the sleepless nights, the late nights, the money that you might have invested, the ideas that you've kind of done, the risks that you've taken, right? You now want to share it with people because it means a lot to you. Okay, it means a lot to you. But what if somebody else doesn't say what you want to hear? What if somebody else doesn't see the vision because they're not invested the way that you are, and now they say something, and now you're questioning, like, should I even do that? Is it even a good idea? Maybe I should do it this way. Maybe I shouldn't do it at all. Maybe I should do that idea instead. And it's good to have constructive criticism. But if you're seeking validation from everybody, if you're going to tell the whole world, that's going to bring about confusion for you, because now you don't even know your own voice in this. You don't even know what you would do in this situation, because you've got the noise in your head. The noise is in your head, and you don't even know what you would do. The very thing that you're building, the very thing that you're working on, let it build in silence. You're oversharing, or you're sharing too soon, you're sharing prematurely. And not only that, sometimes you're giving people access and a front row seat to your vision, and they shouldn't have access to it. When I think about success for people, they don't necessarily talk about what they're going to do. They don't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They just do it. Okay, like, you don't hear businesses announce what they're going to do. They'll wait till a launch day, and that's when you're hearing about it. Okay, so you need to stop with the yapping and start with the doing. You need to start with the doing, because it's you that's missing out on having your abundant life. It's you that's missing out on having a great life and having the things that you want. Like, everybody else is doing what they're doing, but you need to be locked in and silent in this time and focus and stay disciplined. Okay, like, remove distractions. Like, you might have to say no to some things. You might have to stop the gossiping. You might have to stop these pointless conversations and really lock in and just do what you've got to do. Like, if you want better for your life, if you want greatness, if you want, and listen, right, one thing I understand is that it does take hard work, it does take discipline, and you have to really make a decision. Do you want to be disciplined, or do you want to be comfortable? And if you want to be disciplined, right, it's going to mean that you have to come out of your comfort zone. It does mean that you might have to stay quiet and stop seeking the validation of everybody else to make sure that it's a good idea, to make sure that it's a good plan, to make sure that you're on the right track, to make sure that you're doing well in this area. You have to really get used to not doing that, because what if nobody validates you? What if the people that do validate you, it's criticism, it's negative, it's not what you want? Okay, you can't be reliant on that for you to have a better life, because what if you don't get it, or what if you do get it and it's not what you expect, and it might affect how you show up to your goals, to your dreams, to your mission. And I'm sure you want better for your life, right? I'm sure you want greatness. I'm sure you want to see yourself in your fullest potential, having the life that you desire. But you gotta shush, you gotta shush, you gotta shush. You've got to be quiet on this one for your own benefit, for your own peace of mind. Okay, just focus, just lock in. And like I said, let it speak for itself, y'all. Let it speak for itself. And I think sometimes people think that they owe people explanations. Sometimes you might think that you owe people insight, to know every step as to what's going on. And you might feel obliged to have to share or you might be so used to sharing, and you sharing stuff before you've even started. You're sharing your idea before you've even started, and you might give people access to a vision that they're not supposed to have access to. So in some situations, you really need to let things speak for themselves, okay? And it will boost your confidence as well, because some of you guys have had so many ideas and it hasn't come to fruition, it hasn't manifested, it hasn't materialized, because you've talked yourself out of it because of the outside noise. So if you be silent on this one, it might actually boost your confidence that you can do it. It might actually boost your confidence to say, you know what, like, I put the work in, now look what I've done with the support of God. I really want the best for you guys, but you're really gonna have to start holding it down. You're really gonna have to start holding it down on certain things, and just to protect your vision, protect it at all costs, like it's valuable, because it is, okay? Like, we're thinking long term and not short term. If you're thinking long term, then you need to have, you know, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. And you're protecting and reserving your energy from explaining, from criticism, from the outside noise, and all that energy that needs to be going into what you're working on. And people don't necessarily have to be a part of the struggle, don't necessarily have to be a part of the process, because it's not everybody that is supposed to be a part of the process. So I really need you, right, to let this speak for itself, let this unfold the way it needs to unfold, and then you don't need to say anything, because it will show. Okay, if you're someone that talks about, oh, I'm going gym today, I'm going gym today, I'm going gym today, I'm going gym today, right? If you stopped and went to the gym and showed up 6 months later, right, them abs, that double chin, right, that double chin will speak for itself. Sometimes we seek validation way too much from other people that aren't invested in the things that you are. Okay, it means a lot to you, but it might not mean a lot to everybody else. And then you get all upset, you get all sad, and you're just like, oh, they don't even care, they don't even like it, they don't even, maybe I should stop, maybe I should do something else. But no, okay, no. I truly believe if this is something that you've struggled with, this is now a test of your faith, okay, as to how much you love validation, how much you love outside opinions, how much you love the voice of everybody else over your own and over God's. Because I'm telling you, if you're going to be dependent on that, you might get stuck, you might get confused, you might get derailed from the path that you're supposed to be on, okay? So I need you to stay locked in. You got to stay locked in as to where you believe you should be going. You've got to be confident in the plan. You've got to be confident in where God wants you to be. Because if you're not confident, then any little opinion, right, is going to have your head like, yo, what am I doing? Where am I going? Should I be doing this? Oh, maybe I need to be over there. But what if that's a distraction from where you need to be? Like, a lot of you are distracted. A lot of you are distracted because of the noise and the opinions of others, okay? Outside noise is making you do stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. It's having you do stuff that doesn't even look bad. It might be cool little things, but you're supposed to be focused and you're supposed to be locked in, okay? I need you just to shush, focus. And sometimes you can't do the things that you want to do. You might not be able to share what you want to share until it's manifested, until it's actually happened. And I think it's really good practice for everybody to do that. And it's not about being secretive. It's not about believing that everyone around you is a hater or jealous. But I do really believe that you're giving yourself the best opportunity to execute and to make your dreams happen. Basically, yeah. Basically, it's good practice. Like, listen, I respect anybody that has boundaries, and this is about you having boundaries for yourself. This is about you having boundaries for yourself, for your vision, and thinking long term and not short term, and just putting a hush pan them out. Putting a hush pan them out. Listen, I hope that you've taken something from this video. I love speaking to you guys. Leave me some comments on how you're doing, how you found the video. Tell me that you're going to be silent and start to shush a little bit more than you already are. If you haven't already, give this channel, my channel, a subscribe. I'll be back, you'll be back, and we're going to shush, right? Holla.